Well, hello guys, it's us, we're back, and we are the
Daniel's Egg Family.
So we are a family-orientated YouTube channel, and we're here specifically because we've been requested to come as a family and just draw you in a little bit closer to see how we get on and how we do things. We've been going strong for practically just over 3 months, and it's been so far so good. We love it. So please be sure to
like, subscribe,
turn on push notifications,
comment and share the video.
That's right.
Right, so today guys we're back with another video. Obviously we're in quarantine, so hence why I got the hood up. Obviously comment below if you miss your barber though, because mine's a bit bad. But anyways, we're gonna be sharing a couple secrets with you guys today. A couple secrets from us kids. And we're gonna be telling the parents, both mum and dad. Then we're gonna be asking some secret questions that they have to also reveal, and just giving some questions out of the blue that you don't really want to ask your parents at home. So let's get started.
Okay, it's gonna be something.
So the first question, obviously these questions are anonymous by the way guys, so they don't know who's actually asked these questions. That's also key in this one. We don't want to get that way. So the first one is, which 3 events most shaped your life?
Ooh, okay. I've got one.
Yeah, go.
So before like I was even Christian, I was a teenager and I remember actually going to South Africa trying to be a wild teenager and going out, yes, clubbing with friends, and I really did not like going clubbing and this, but peer pressure. So we were in another country altogether, and having gone out, we were met by a group of completely rough group of people, and I got really beat up so badly that they almost killed me because they actually pulled out a knife on me. But thank God, because I remember praying at that instance, and they just suddenly ran away. So you just made me remember. I completely forgot about that, but yeah, that is one of my incidences in life, and I learned a lesson.
Oh, so glory to God. What are you done?
That was when I was teenagers, like you, just a party with friends, best friend. So we drank a bit too much champagne, and what we've done, we started taking the phone randomly, calling whoever. I remember typing the number and say hello. When the person answered, that was in French, so I'm just saying it in English, but we're speaking French. That was in France. And we just call up and say, "What's wrong, man? What?" And obviously we break down laughing hard, because obviously our head was not in the right place. And I remember looking and seeing a chair that was in the room, and the chair was tilting like this. Just because we're out of our mind, really, we drank a bit too much. Yeah. So the next day I had a strong headache to cut it short, and I said never again. So since I've never drunk or got drunk in my life.
Okay. Well, we'll jump to the next question then, just so we don't waste any time. It's getting interesting already. But the next question is, were you guys ever scared to be parents before obviously having this?
Definitely, I think I was. As much as I always used to envision, growing up I always used to think, my mom had, this amount of kids, I would also like to have, predominantly, as I always said I wanted boys and this. But now when reality hit, yes, it was very scary, just the thought of, oh my goodness, to have kids, to bring them into this world, and this world is changing so fast, and this, will we be able to handle it? Will I be able to have the right wisdom? Will I be able to, all sorts of questions were popping around, and it was scary. Even while carrying each and every child, believe it or not, as much as we have 6 of you, every additional child was more like, oh my goodness, okay, so we've got 1, so we've got 2, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6. How are we gonna manage, and how are we gonna understand each child even more so, and to be able to bring them up in the right way, so yeah, we did have faith.
Yeah, as for me, I was not scared at all. Not at all, not even a little bit. I was more excited to know how each one of you is going to be looking like. Either more me or more,
Or is that just appearance then? Just wanting to know?
or both of us. But what I was concerned though is to be a good dad or being the best parent.
Okay.
That's what I was more concerned about.
Okay.
Alright, next question. If you could change one thing in life, what would it be and why?
Here you go.
Tough question.
I've got time to think.
I wish I'd known how to utilize my career a lot more, much quicker and much better ways, because I do know, like looking at it, being, you know, like a microbiologist, or even in terms of my hobby, you know, having done a bit of modeling, a bit of dance, a bit of every entertainment in the entertainment industry, all those kind of ways, I feel there's better ways I would have handled it to make it boom and, you know, get bigger much earlier than later.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing I can think of, to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe a new pair of shoes.
New pair of shoes. New pair of shoes. Yeah. The next question would probably be.
It's enormous.
I don't even know who put this one down. I don't know who put this one down. No. It's basically, yeah, you say it.
Keeping it PG.
Go ahead.
What's your biggest secret that's never been revealed? Do you have?
What's your biggest secret that you
No, this is asking them guys. Come on, comment below.
Why is he as parents or what? I mean, what?
No, just
in any form or way?
Any form of way. That a secret that's even maybe that you've had from young that's never been revealed to anyone, that you kept to yourself.
We have to return to that one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What ethnicity would you prefer, like, for us to kind of date? Like, what partner-wise, what ethnicity would you guys? And what ethnicity would you not want us to, like, you know, to date?
I think I can answer that one.
Is it? Now let them answer.
How can you answer it?
From mum's point of view.
Yeah, well, I think we know from mum's view. Well,
Wow.
let's just say it. Let's say it from them.
Wait.
Let's hear it from them themselves. Let's hear it from them. Themselves. Go on.
I honestly and truthfully before God, if I'm to like really look intensely into the whole thing, I've always actually wondered, almost like I can't wait to see what ethnicity you actually bring,
Okay.
because that has nothing when you really go to the hardcore thinking everything out, it's got nothing to do with me more than it has to do with God. You understand? Like, the ordained person that you should be with is that person that you're going to end up with. And I think it's because my parents brought us up like that as well. It's what I've seen. If you've seen all of us, you know, like we've married from all sorts of, you know, all different parts of the world. So I expect I'm also like that with you, Ron.
Okay. Would you agree that you're overly permissive sometimes?
Me,
That's for both.
permissive as in permitting to,
Yeah.
allowing you to do
To
stuff.
do stuff. Yeah. Oh, and why? Why do you think that?
Why is it taking so long? I think personally on your side, yeah, I would think,
Okay.
which is why I'm not always being asked. We want this, we want that, because you know some of the stuff that might be, yeah, maybe not, that we can get it from mom.
I think there's a balance to it, obviously. If it was like, it's especially when it comes to time, I know very well that in this house, generally, as long as it's nothing got to do with, like, let's say you've gone to a church commitment and we do know who's gonna drop you, I know you all know that. Otherwise it's a no-go, like there's no way. We'll just allow you to like go to friends' house and just stay, you know, till whatever time. We're not parents like that. But when it comes to, I'm always thinking, perhaps to say, okay, so if I give this and not give it, what difference does it make? Like, you know, sometimes, you know, What difference does it make? Is it gonna harm them because I've given it to them, or is it not gonna? So sometimes when it's a matter of just weighing out how much, then it's just that. It's like, okay, give, but perhaps to what extent, per se.
Oh yeah, this is the one. Did you know we all had a primary school crush?
I knew Samuel had Abigail.
Abigail.
He always used to say he was gonna marry her in this year, so I knew that. But I've never known of Isaiah or Ezekiel.
No, let me just know that it's a shame for me because.
So who was Ezekiel?
Who was Ezekiel? Ezekiel had
Christian Dior. Billie Jean.
No,
No, let him finish.
He was.
Let him finish.
He was Billie Jean.
Who was it? Oh,
God.
I forgot about that.
Who was you?
Who was yours, Isaiah? I didn't know of you. Oh my goodness. See secrets.
No.
About you.
I think because of me, mine was just it was like I liked a girl and then I didn't like her like a week after. Or something.
Who was it?
I think it was Izzy.
Izzy.
That was in middle school. That's the day you start working with stuff. Wait, hold on, but why are we skipping Elisha? I mean,
Elisha has one of those.
this guy is the
Has he got Malachi? Oh my goodness, see these boys.
Wait, you man.
They have had crushes.
Hold on, no, we're just finding out about Malachi now. Did you?
No.
Oh,
Malachi. Malachi has.
don't lie.
She wrote on our YouTube channel, wasn't it that?
No, it wasn't that.
It wasn't that one. Okay, which one was it then?
The one who gave me the pound, remember that day?
Yeah, what's her name again?
I don't remember.
What's her name?
This is supposed to be anonymous.
Rachel.
Rachel. Okay. What about you, Elisha?
He's a boss. What actually had two?
You are two. What are their names? Confident.
Well, I'm not with them anymore.
You're not with them anymore.
The first one was Summer.
The next one?
Betsy.
They're going to be
Betsy.
watching this.
Betsy.
No, there was actually three, to be honest with you.
Indie.
For you.
I didn't go out with him.
Yeah, you did. Go out.
I didn't go with him. I didn't go.
What about you, Nana? Is there a boy you like in school?
She's fine.
Is that?
She's all good.
There's absolutely no way.
Is there Banana? There's no boys you like. Good girl. Not yet, huh? Good girl.
Still looking.
Reason why there's no girls, there's no boys like that, because on the fourth, some boys are being rude to me.
Oh, some boys are being rude to you.
Like when I pretend get you.
Don't worry, I'm there.
What's
I'll
going
come
on
and
here?
tell them all.
Okay.
What do you dislike or like about your generation? The trends that you had while growing up.
Sorry?
Like, do you know trends that you
Yeah,
had?
yeah.
Like, what do you like and dislike about it?
I think like this kind of thing that we're doing would be a thing that I wish we had an opportunity to do with our parents as well. As I've always said, I feel I really wish growing up, you know, because it was a taboo, you know, like with parents you couldn't really ask the intricate details, you know, about growing up, puberty, about sex, about you know, all sorts of topics as growing up as teenagers that you really should be open and at liberty to ask questions.
Not even that, being educated.
It was being educated. That's what I mean, like being educated and being open
at
as
the right
well
time, obviously.
when it's needed, highly required. We were liberated to do that. So I would say that's a dislike of my growing up, because I really feel for so many of us, so many things would have been avoided
And better.
had it been as open as you guys have it. So it's the parent to child relationships. That's what, yeah.
How would you have thought others described you as a child in secondary school or primary? Like, what was your character or your persona known for?
For me, I was known as, you know, very intelligent, number one, because I was always 1 to 3 in primary school, but I wasn't the most attractive. I was chubby, and I was seen as, you know, not very confident in myself while growing up. And it was obviously due to being so chubby while growing up. Yeah.
What about you, Dad?
Me, I was known for a fun laugher, cracking jokes. And the other bit is very good at any sport.
Sports, yeah,
That-
same actually.
So that we would do either basketball, either football, especially football, you know, and all the rest of it. I'm an art boy.
Who did you look up to, like apart from your parents, growing up?
You mean like a role model?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Neither do I, you know.
But I had sequence of new friends, or when I do meet new friends that has challenged me in different ways and areas, like maybe in terms of quick thinking or cleverly thinking about things. So when I do come across meeting new friends, I usually observe and ask them questions when I see certain area of their life that was stronger than my one, for example, if that makes sense. If someone was clever at sorting out a problem and you think, oh yeah, it's common sense, and me, for example, I never thought of it. So at that time, that became my inspiration.
Obviously, you said not without the parents, because for me, I remember very well that that's why I used to admire was my mom. Because my mom was used to travel, was very you know, there, like go get her, you understand. So I looked up to her, you know. I always used to tell her, I just want to grow up to be just like you. I was always in awe of her. Other than her, to be honest, I don't remember, you know, like any other person.
Have you guys thought now about what your biggest secret is? Or that your friend has maybe told you to keep what you kept? You get it? Your friend told you to keep it.
Yes,
what you
we
kept. Yeah.
Cheeky.
They think they're so good.
We are, indeed.
I think it was like a group of us, like as I said, like, oh, we were all intelligent and this. But when it came to the main exams, we got together and we gave each other a letter, like A, B, C, D, E, for the multiple choice, A, B, C, D, E, like 5. So we said to each other, we want to get 100%. So if you find any question a bit, you know, tricky or this, you know, like let's say it's number 5, do this. If you do 1, 2, 3, it's 15. Wow. If you do like that, you know, we created a code and this, and then we said, and if the answer is A, you point to the letter A. If it's B, you point to finger, and I'm C, because my name is Chineshe, so I'm C, you know, like that. So I remember we never ever told anybody.
Was never discovered.
Never ever.
That was a cool secret.
We just,
Yeah,
yeah, so I
That's
just
really cool.
That's
Whoa. Yeah.
don't do this in the exam. That was back then. So what about you guys? You asked us all these questions. I'm sure you two are teenagers, maybe perhaps your parents do want to know. What are your current secrets? Because you must have a secret. Each one of you, each and every one of you must have a secret. Secrets, yeah. So
Nice.
come on, you can say at least one. Reveal it, spill it out.
Could I just say one thing, yeah, before this is answered? Technically, when we look at it, we don't actually have to answer this, as the title that is going to be made for this YouTube video is us asking questions to our parents, meaning that it cannot come back to us. We can leave that for another video.
That's forcing a chicken.
Indeed.
Fine, fair enough. We'll be back on
Honestly
this
though,
note.
Yeah, so guys, make sure though, if you want that to be revealed, you comment below for the part 2. How many comments should we give them for the part 2? Okay, I'll say at least 50 likes. 10 comments below, 50 likes, and we'll drop a part 2 of whatever they want to hear.
Okay, so you heard it, guys.
Secret word in the comment section is secret. That's what
Oh.
I'm gonna-
Oh.
Guys, be sure to
Like, subscribe,
Turn on post
Can you say
notification, share, like, comment, subscribe.
And we're out.
We are the